And hey.
Good morning.
I mean,
Hey,
just
kids.
little things, give me a call. I'll walk you through it. Oh, thank you.
So I got some good things and some not so good things and
You don't have a HR issue, do you?
what?
You don't have an HR issue, do you?
No,
Okay.
No, that's good.
Okay, good.
no.
Well, then it's all good things.
No, well, let's start with the good things. Without a doubt, no matter what this county is paying for fire staffing, we can never go away from it.
That's that staff, that staff watch.
We
Yeah.
absolutely can never go away from it. Yesterday, that little lightning storm that came through, we had 2 starts. One of them right here at the Evans Ranch, right at Rainey's, just a little bit south. Had we been 2 minutes later, it'd have been off to the races and Katie barred the door. We literally got in there, I was the first one on scene, I had a fire truck right on my hip. It was kinda nice, cause I gathered that pasture with Terry Colmo, cause he rents that pasture from Rainey. And, so I knew the pasture, knew how to get to where I needed to get there, so that helped. But, we got out and it had just started getting into the ladder fuels. They got water on it. Had they not, it would have been up and rolling.
Wow.
So it was that close.
And they're impressive.
It is,
It's the best mitigation money ever spent.
ever spent. Now, again, we need to continue to make sure that we are getting our citizens to mitigate their properties, to get out there, cut that
Yeah,
little
that
crap
fuel
down, the ladder
mitigation.
fuels down, and keep working on that.
I
But,
keep telling Justin that you really gotta give these fires a chance. They don't have a chance.
you know, they don't have a chance.
It's not fair.
And literally,
It's not fair.
that fire that started from a lightning strike, from the time that we got the call, it got about as big as this room, maybe just suddenly.
But think
bigger.
of what it says about the response time too. Not only is it spotted, but the response
Right,
time.
it was instant.
Yeah, which is really impressive.
That's what the staffing does for us, is have the people standing there ready to go.
We're doing it completely backwards to the way the old natives used to do it. They used to set it on fire and come back 2 years later.
That's it. It was, and there used to be water in every one of these
There
rooms.
was, yeah, and we had timber here too that was this big around. In a Ponderosa Parkland way,
Well, Ponderosa pines are designed to
to
burn.
be burned.
They are.
And that's how
Because
they
they burn up
gotta
the
go.
trunk about 5 foot and then the fire goes out, because the bark pops off, it's got pitch in it, it pops that fire off, and it cleans all that undergrowth, and away we go. We saw that during the Wilson burn, the second burn of the Wilson burn, how it just came skunking along through there. It was pretty interesting to watch. It just never crowned, it just burned through there, so. All right, campground, new campground down here by Riverside. Whose is that? That's,
Fishing game.
Well, it will be,
No,
but
it
they haven't
will be,
taken it
yeah.
over yet.
Yeah, it's county property and nobody should be camping down there. I saw 2 campers.
they are living down there.
Oh, they're living down there.
Oh, they've moved in, they've started to pour foundations for their cabin, you know.
What?
I'm exaggerating.
Okay, good.
There were some people in Musselshell doing the same thing. And then,
I think that's the Meeks. The Meeks had been, they got evicted.
Yeah.
And they were down here at the Cowbell, and I run them out of the Cowbell. I heard that they'd gone to Musselshell. Are they still there?
no, they left.
Okay, okay, good. All right, now for the, well, and I guess we're kind of, we don't have a resolution for that.
Well, what are our options here? I mean, this is a legal thing.
Well, we have to do a resolution on it, but if it's FWP's property, I don't know that we have the authority.
It's not FWP's yet, they haven't taken it over yet, they're gonna put in a campground there, but they haven't gotten around to it.
And how I got turned on to it was Captain Hudson Beeler with FWP. He'd been making his rounds, he wanted to look at the roads that the county had plowed in there. And he's the one that said, hey, by the way, there's a couple people spotting
So
out.
that's easy. We can do a resolution next week.
Yes, they'll put up a sign.
Yeah, well, and that's it. We
Yeah,
just make this.
resolution, camping only permitted,
Yeah.
14
in-
days
on
continuously.
county property in designated county parks.
Right. Well,
For X amount of days, and then that's
I
not
had to throw
designated
something
county
on-
park, so.
I hate to throw something on your plate, but can somebody draft that up?
I have, because there's a resolution for the Cowbell
Yeah, I was gonna
campground,
say,
and I think I can get that to you, I have it.
Can you email that to
Yeah,
me?
I'll scan it and get it to you.
I would propose, we do one for basically all county
Yeah.
property.
Rather,
It's a
and
chance
that's
to
the
get it all
problem with the
out.
cowbell campground, it specifically says the cowbell
Yeah.
campground.
You know, just take-
And then as part of the resolution, we could withdraw the one for the cowbell campground because now it's,
This supersedes previous
Yeah.
resolution.
At any
Yeah, they
county
could be
property campground,
Well,
14
and
day
that would,
minimum.
that would even address the fairgrounds too, wouldn't it?
Well, that's happened before.
So we did that in '06 because we had people in '06 moving it down there.
and I mean, do we want to, as part of this, also, so one, I think this is more appropriately dealt with as an ordinance than a resolution, because a resolution is the county commission basically giving instructions and or orders to a department about how to conduct business. An ordinance is something that's preventing
Does both
the general
require
public
public
from
comment?
doing something.
Both requires public comment and all that, right?
Well, an ordinance would require public comment, 2 public readings, and would take, I think, 30 days.
Can we do a resolution then an ordinance?
Well,
I'm
since
just
I don't
trying to
think
solve the problem right
yeah, since
now.
since a resolution, I don't think it's gonna do anything for you. I mean, you could do one, but it won't do anything for
Well,
you.
doesn't,
I enforce the resolution.
yeah, I give
all
him
the
an
time.
opportunity,
I
give
give
him,
them a printout and say, get the hell out of
yeah,
here.
it gives him an opportunity to enforce it right away.
Yeah.
I still think we need public comment, don't we, on all our resolutions?
Yeah,
We're supposed to, yeah.
yeah.
Whatever we do, we better get started.
Why don't you send me what you have?
Okay.
Short
Okay.
term and long term, but I wanna solve it before they get dug in. I mean, you know.
Well, he can, it's county property, they don't have permission to be on it. He can go down there and say, get,
Well, I just asked, what can we do? We can't do anything until we have a resolution or an
but
ordinance.
it's county property. Do you want me to come to your house and
Can.
just set up camp?
Yeah, we got.
I wonder if, well, can you cite them and arrest them for littering? Are they making a mess down there?
No, it wasn't abundantly obvious, but I didn't look very hard either. One of them is from they're out of Lewistown, so. I don't know.
But it's county, I mean, that would be like me going to your house and just pitching a
They were
tent
charging for
and
trespassing.
taking my camper and living there. It's county property, they're
Yeah, but-
trespassing.
But I don't think we don't have a no trespasser. I mean, I don't know. I think we
It's
need
not
some.
even- There's no sign on it.
There's no sign at all, I know.
Criminal trespass requires signage.
Yeah.
And we might not have the right to say no trespassing on county.
We can, there's something we can do. Send me what you've got,
I got it,
Sean,
okay.
and I'll work on
Well,
it.
you know, we wanna do something quick and then maybe the ordinance is the ultimate solution to get something in place that we can take action on.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, don't put us, no trespassing sign down there, I'll swear it was there all year.
So.
Just didn't see it.
So, and there's 2 things here, these are the really bad things, and I made this comment earlier, I'm really glad that I'm about done with law enforcement, and because I can see the writing on the wall, I can see what the state of Montana is doing. They've been doing it subtly in other avenues, as Mr. House and I were discussing back in the day, Mars Rover was a computer program for crashes. Law enforcement officers could get it, if you knew what you were doing, 14, 15 minutes. And because it was just, you just put a few things in and then later on, the state would farm that data out of there. Now they had a Silverlight, isn't that what it was called? Something like that. A crash report where we had data input, redundant, several different places, same information over and over again. To do it took an hour and 15 minutes. It was ridiculous for a simple car crash. It should have taken 15 minutes. They put that on us because we put all the data in for them. They didn't have to do the data input.
So you can go.
We just received information that the state of Montana Crime Lab will no longer do GSR, gunshot residue, which means that we're going to have to outsource GSR to some outsourced
It means it
place.
comes into your budget.
Right, well, ultimately what happens then, now, GSR is not a very common thing for small agencies, we don't do it very often, but it has happened. But ultimately, if it's part of a major case, it'll be somebody from Georgia or wherever. We'll have to fly them up here to testify, we'll have to put them up in a hotel room, and we'll have to pay them like it's gonna cause the county budgets to go up. The other one that's starting to show its ugly little head is so I've been a deputy coroner for the last 19 years. And we had the same operating system. It was terrible, it was atrocious. It made you want to shoot yourself one of the days when you had to use it. But it was the same one and everybody used it. We have just updated to a new corner system called VERS. It is special. It is very data input, again, the same stuff. But we had a death in the county here a couple days ago. Man was obviously a heart attack, and I'm just obviously passed away of a heart attack. It was just, yeah, it was what it was. It was a natural causes death, likely a heart attack. There was no, cause and manner. That's what we try to determine. And cause was likely a cardiac event, and manner was natural causes. So we usually get doctors to take and sign off on those. The people that have been treating them. The new VERS system lists a diagnostic for the VERS system, and realized he had a diagnosis for the cause of death. So the new system is requiring a cause of death. So and I think the coroner can get away with a broader brushstroke, but as a cardiologist, they're gonna want a diagnosis for the cause of death. And the cardiologist refused to sign it.
Yeah.
He absolutely refused to sign it, and would not sign anything unknown natural causes.
Shit, it has to be, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, how could you sign that? That's where you send
Well,
people to.
that's how we always used to do it. The old system was just
Yeah.
arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease.
You're not in a hospital, you cannot be determined.
You
Well,
shouldn't be
that's-
doing autopsies.
Yeah, you gotta do an autopsy.
Ooh, and you know what they want us to do? They want us to autopsy every one of the deaths. Every single one of them.
That's
At a charge of $1,600 a piece. And they want us to do that so that they can start gathering all the data from every single death. So they can get funding for smoke and for alcohol and for dope and for everything else. And you know who pays the $1,600 30 to 50 times a year?
Nobody cares.
The counties. And I
But
don't
I
know,
wouldn't wanna have.
Just
that
have every
on
doctor come and say they
autopsy
died
if
of
I-
COVID.
Does that mean, it doesn't
Just have
regard-
every doctor
it's
come and
just-
say they died of COVID.
it is, it is,
So this is really to people that you go to their residence, they've died. But
no,
like if you died in the hospital or whatever, that's a different deal.
well, if they've been there for 24 hours. If they have not been there, so basically unattended deaths are deaths that are unattended, have been in a hospital for less than 24 hours, or someone who has not seen a medical doctor in the previous 30 days. And that's mostly the hospice deaths, and that's my reading of it, and that's been supported by many people who have legal degrees. So anyhow, yeah.
A lot of
So,
people think of family members wouldn't want autopsies.
well,
A lot
but
of people, religious reasons not.
Yeah,
to.
Is this policy change or is this legislative?
it's a computer program that's gonna cause the change.
But where did it come, who
Vital
authorized that?
statistics.
DPHS, Department of Health and Human Services. They're the ones,
So it came nationally?
no, the state of Montana, state of Montana DPHS
Okay.
took and put the new VERS program in there. But we at Corner
So
Conference,
it's policy now, is what-
well, that's,
It's sort of, it
It's
hasn't
gonna be the
necessarily
spurious
been
effect,
legislated,
yeah.
but it's the way that they're administering
Yeah.
what they interpret.
so we'll see, we're gonna see, because,
Smaller counties can't afford
Can't afford it, I'm thinking of
an
the
aging
degradation.
population where everybody starts.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
when-
never mind.
we just, and that's one of those things, I guess where, of course, I'm pretty simplistic, I'm a knuckle dragging cop, but the fact of the matter is when I walk in and I've got an 85-year-old male laying on the floor with his spatula in his hand, he's an old bachelor, the house was locked, nobody's been in the house, I know that he probably died of natural causes. And then what is it? Well, we look at his record, and by God, he's had smoking and alcoholism and everything else down the line. And you can just kind of go the dartboard, broad brush strokes of atherosclerotic carotid artery disease or something like that, a heart attack.
Right.
But with them wanting to have diagnosis, and that's exactly what it is.
Could the coronary do
A
that? Could the coroner do
diagnosis
that?
for the cause of death.
Does it have to be a doctor? Can it be a coroner?
Well,
You can still say, this looks to me like natural
Well, you
causes.
then you get into HIPAA and all that.
yeah, you're starting to get, well, once they're dead, they don't,
Oh, it
it
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter for me as a coroner, I get all that stuff.
I got you.
But, I'm not a medical, and I, over my 19 years
You
being a
typically
coroner,
got a
if
doctor
I can
for-
defer the cause of death to a doctor, I always have.
Yeah, and it's
The
been a
ones that I-
no-brainer, right? It's
Right.
been,
And
they
then-
haven't fought back.
And if I have, back then, they said, oh yeah, let's push this in there. Now the program is requiring more specific information. And they're already bulking, this is the first one, and I think it's the
You
tip
think
of the
it's,
iceberg.
you think it's motivated his data to get funding from different,
Absolutely, 100% is what it's what I see. It's what I see, it's just like the GSR. The state is going to try to save money and put that onto the counties. So,
it's brilliant strategy.
so, it is,
Well, they're trying to do it, because we had to switch too for death certificates.
what's that?
We had to go to VERS for death certificates.
Right?
And you say they are just trying to save money. We always used to get the death certificates, the safety paper they call it, to print the death certificates on. We always used to get them for free, and now we have to buy them.
There you go. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. You're gonna see more and more of it, and
Oh, yeah.
it,
And Jim,
They're doing that
shifting,
to me too.
yeah, shifting costs to the local entities rather than taking it themselves, so. This one's concerning to me because, just a quick glance, somewhere between 30 and 50 deaths a year. And if we have to autopsy every single one of those, that's $1,600 a whack right now. And the other thing is, I don't think the state medical examiner's office has the manpower to autopsy
That's a
everybody.
good
I
point.
would think not.
I mean, they've got 2 of them down there right now in buildings.
It sounds like a sacrilege, it sounds like a desecration. Something about that doesn't sound right to me.
Well, it'll be
Completely
interesting.
unnecessary procedure.
Again,
Where, I'm hearing you.
yeah, they did this with
What if you've
knowledge and
refused to do it?
forethought.
What if you
Well, when
refuse
you
to do
find
it?
that 85-year-old man on the floor,
Shoot him.
Shooting.
That's why, that's why you're a community leader. That's,
And that's a natural causes thing too.
When in doubt.
What's that?
They have a corner call for you.
oh boy.
Oh, there you
You
go.
know,
Speaking of,
they need an autopsy.
There you go. There you go.
Take your gun.
I will.
That's the common sense solution.
There you go. Alright, we'll see what I got. I'll talk to
See
you.
what I got.
That's why I never get a report done.
Yep.
oh, mercy sakes.
Well, are you just visiting?
You're observing?
Observing.
You have that right.
I do. I'm a citizen of Marshall County.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll not clean up my language.
Yeah.
Muscle County.
Marshall.
I can remember being in school and they corrected me on that. It's muscle shell. Mush. We always say mush shell.
It's a regional accent. Yeah, so.
You
well,
can
that's
come in.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there he is. You feeling any better?
Yeah, I am much better.
Good
Where's
deal.
your compadre?
He said he wouldn't be here.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he's at his cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has to give a speech. He was practicing that yesterday. I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna cry. He always does. So, alrighty. So,
And a
well,
couple fires, huh?
we did. Yeah, yesterday was interesting. had a pretty good idea that we were gonna have some holdovers from the lightning from the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, we thought we had a fire, what had it been, Wednesday night, and I think we had 9 units out there looking. The caller was from
At
up
the
on
mine?
top of Big Clearing, yeah. They thought they'd seen something south or whatever, and what only thing we could come up with was basically it was a blood moon that night, and when it came up, that is probably the glow that they saw. Because I have a buddy that also lives on Big Clearing, and I told him, I said, well, hike to the top real quick and tell me what you see. And I mean, he couldn't see anything. It was basically just black. You could see the mine, no problem. And I was at the office and I was checking our lightning map and that. And the only thing that was remotely close for lightning there would have been on like Burner Mountain. So, and from where my buddy lives to Burner Mountain, like not the same area where the caller had stated. So, but yeah.
False
and then-
alarm.
Hmm?
False alarm. But-
Yep. Yep, which was alright. I mean,
Yeah.
rather have a false alarm at the mine than an actual fire
Yeah.
engine, so already had one there. But then yesterday's, Sean's still pretty sure that the one out by Evans was lightning.
Yeah.
Checked the strike map, I don't know, probably 50 times yesterday, and no strike
Mm.
in that area. So, and it says you can be within, when it shows a strike or whatever, about a 2-mile range. So it did show one kind of by Beard Road. So we're not sure maybe if that was the strike, but they got that one out pretty quick,
That's what he
very
said.
minimal damage. And then right, it was literally right after Keith had said that they were in the mop-up phase, then we got the next call out on Rowan Road. And that one ended up being, I think, 49 acres. So, and apparently there was a call why they were out on that one that was about a mile north of them. And so we just sent units to go look at it and never found reporting. So I'm thinking maybe it was somebody could still see some hot spots from the initial one. So, but they have that out. Talked to Tim this morning. He was gonna send staff station crew out there probably around noon, just do some checks for hot spots and that kind of thing. So, and I believe Bull Mountain was gonna go back out to Evans's this morning and check that as well. So, our numbers did get reduced. I don't know if you guys, you're in the fire council one email, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So our numbers, we've been getting 12, we get 8 this weekend, and then starting on Monday, we'll have 6. So cooler temps are supposed to
Yeah,
be.
is that the logic, is the seasons?
I think so, like Brown didn't really put why that it was happening, I mean,
But it's
Okay.
enormously successful.
oh yeah, it's huge.
You
I
know.
think, cause we're supposed to get some moisture maybe today, and then definitely tomorrow we're supposed to get some. I think that's a big factor into it and that, so. Basically I split them up, Roundup will get 2, Bull Mountain will get 2, Millstone gets 2. And then between the chiefs, they can figure out the other 2 spots, if say Bull Mountain needs 1 more for another truck or Millstone, so. But that's on them to figure out, and then next week it'll be 6 guys or whatever, and we'll just split them 2, 2, and 2 probably, or 3 and 3 between Millstone and Bull Mountain.
So it's a little concerning to me to reduce something that's been so successful when you're not really out of the.
Well, yes and no. I mean, a lot of the time when they give us to where we can have 12, we don't get that until the weekend anyways, so having 8 still for the weekend will be fine, I think. And most of our guys, they're ready to go kind of thing. Like, I think Danny Hansen, as soon as he got off work, he was headed from county or road department out to Rowan Road and that. And DNRC, they sent up a task force and everything yesterday, and we had helo, so
Okay,
everybody's pretty much ready, just in case, because looking at the lightning map, it wasn't too bad for us from Wednesday night, but Yellowstone County, God.
yeah, that's what I was watching, I was to the south of me and it was like, it was really,
Oh, yeah.
lit the sky up
I mean,
constantly.
basically, if you look from the county line down, like, it is just bolts everywhere. It was like, holy cow, so.
I was over there yesterday, it was
Yeah, it was still
Quite,
happening yesterday. My mom was down there, she was telling me, yeah.
quite the, yeah.
quite the show, so, but yeah, we're still staffing, and I'm sure if anything changed, like say the weather did change and we were supposed to get more heat kind of thing, then Brown can change it, so.
Okay.
And when Justin gets back on Monday, basically he'll talk to Brown again and get it figured out exactly of what the plan is, cause we're still doing like, I think it's every other Monday right now, we meet with a bunch of the other like fire wardens and DES people with the NRC and have a meeting just to go over who's had fires, what's going on, kind of thing, just
Okay.
seeing how the areas are doing for like the Southern Land Office and that, so. But yeah, I mean, in their eyes, from what the weather people said on Monday, that we should have much cooler temps.
Okay.
The 90s should be much over, we might get a day or two in the 80s here and there, but 70s and some moisture, so.
Well, my
hopefully-
compliments, based on what I'm hearing, it's been an enormously critical and successful. The sheriff was in here bragging about it, and, so good work, everybody.
Yeah, they did great, like, man, they were on top of that thing at Evans's
Yeah.
real quick, like. When it came in, it doesn't say obviously that it's at Evans's place, it just said the mile marker and that, like you guys have the
Yeah.
page. And I'm like, man, that's just like right out of town, and Bull Mountain was there in like 2 minutes, like I was pretty impressed at how quick they were on top of that, so. And basically Justin had got on scene and it was out, so. And John Joe Evans, he was a big help, he's a former firefighter in that, and he already had a line around it, so it wasn't gonna get far by any means, so it was pretty impressive. DES side of things, I have just been dealing with more of the busy bee, met with potential bidders and that, take them down there so they can look at things. A lot of them wanted to look at the air conditioning units on the ceiling or on the roof or whatever to check the weight of them to see, you know. I think the heaviest one was like a 5,000 pound one and that kind of thing, so they just need to know for like crane wise of what
But
they
aren't
need.
those salvage, aren't those going to somebody?
Oh, we're keeping them, yes, the 5,
But they have to remove them for us.
yes, they have to
okay.
remove them, yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and then one thing we did not know about, so when we did our initial walkthrough way back when, and you know, we were able to see there's no asbestos, that kind of thing, lead paint deal. But apparently when you go to do the demolition or whatever, you have to have the paperwork that says there is no asbestos and lead paint. So Mark didn't have that paperwork. It had been, I wanna say he said it last it was checked, it was in 2018. And so I reached out to the Central Montana Health District and they don't keep records past 3 years.
Oh, no.
So they don't have that. So I reached out to Tetra Tech, since we have a contract with them
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
So they're gonna send me up a bid to see how much it's gonna cost us.
To do like an inspection.
Yeah, basically, like, cause one of the guys that came up or whatever, you know, he said he was certified in that, in doing the checking or whatever, but I figured probably can't do that kind of thing since he's gonna be putting in a bid. Don't want him doing that kind of thing, so I went on the DEQ website and it gave me a list of different companies or whatever, when I saw Tetra Tech.
Tetra Tech's really responsive, but is that gonna be paid for out of the grant?
Yeah, so we'll pay, it's just like anything, you know, we'll pay it and then get the reimbursement for
Reimbursement.
it, so.
The only risk there is if they find something,
Yeah, and
but they
like I
probably
said,
shouldn't.
they shouldn't find anything, cause when Mark had to get the mold out and everything from the flooding and that,
Okay,
they ripped out the walls, took everything out, so there should be nothing. So we should be perfectly fine there, and then they did say we don't have to worry about the lead paint thing. I guess that was, since it's being a demo, it's not a big deal for that, so. And
yeah,
even
but aren't
if
they
they
gonna
did,
put that, some of that material on the playgrounds
let's hope not.
for the children?
So, and then we did have, the undersheriff came down, cause when I was showing it to one, bidder, they wanted to know if it was just the outside freezer unit that we were gonna take for the board type thing, or if it was the inside one. And I was pretty sure it was the outside, but we had, Jason came down and he looked at both of them or whatever, and yeah, it's definitely the outside one. Should be pretty easy. literally just throw a forklift under it and pick it up and take it away, so.
Okay.
And we did tell them that that is part of their bid,